up, YouTube? Topaz Yates back for another requested review, and this one is to Be Hot the Legal Way. And my brother, this isn't all bad you did, but ultimately you gotta work on your common fundamentals in order to be able to create the quality music that you actually have the possibility of doing. And there are some songs on here, man, I definitely did enjoy the vibe of them. Like, take that High song, where it's more of, okay, let's get high, let's get some chicks around, let's just enjoy the moment. I like the vibe to that Legal Way track, but if we're gonna talk about the legal way, we gotta talk about the illegal way track that preceded it. And what you're rapping about on is how you would get it in such, man, if you wasn't trying to do it the right way. You would go out and just straight rob people, get whatever money you can get. And this is the thing that a lot of people got to understand to get off of, you dig? Because this is not hustling. This is borderline scamming right here, dude. Because you're not making enough money off of robbing individuals, and the consequences for when you get caught for doing this, assault with a deadly weapon and all of that, man, it's giving you way more time than what the money is actually worth. A lot of people need to get off of that and stop thinking that that's actually hustling. Now on the track The Legal Way, you're not really talking about what legal ways you're doing. In fact, you're more rapping about these are the benefits of me living the legal type lifestyle. How you can smoke what you want, be with whoever you want, just enjoying life all the way around. And I like the vibe of that joint. And then that Time Machine was pretty interesting as well, man, where the first verse is like you looking yourself in the mirror, telling yourself things that's going on and everything, man. While the second verse, you're writing a letter to Barack Obama. But the main thing I kind of want to touch on in this, like, you kind of ask a question like, okay, the police keep on messing with us. I don't know why, we probably never will. I'll answer that for you, my brother. I'll tell you exactly why these people were messing with you, and it's called white supremacy. Like, let's go back in history, man. Before Jim Crow and all of that, a white man could legally lynch a black person for doing anything, for looking at them the wrong way. Just because they felt like it, they could lynch you in the middle of the streets and get away with it and just walk away. Times have changed because of international trade. See, these people had to find a way to not only oppress us, but also get international money at the same time. So what they do is they criminalize us using any kind of weak law and everything to throw us under the jail or pretty much justify a murder in the streets, is what we've been seeing all the time. But to ultimately do that, they had to give the power to discipline us to the police, in which all they are a bunch of race soldiers who's committing all of these crimes. But that's a whole nother story, man. Let's bring it back to this joint, man. Your core fundamentals that you definitely need to work on, like right now, dude. Starting with your lyrics. And which lyrics, you start with it because it takes a very long time for these to actually pan out for you. See, a lot of people spend up to like 10 years before they start seeing the progression to becoming top lyricists and such out there, man. So you definitely got to write a lot, but then also use the tools that you need necessary to make better punchlines. Starting with metaphors. Metaphors is like using something that has nothing to do with what you're talking about, but using that to explain what you're talking about. Like, I do metaphors every so often, and one that I did a while ago is comparing Batman to the life of the underground rapper. Of course, Batman has nothing to do with the underground rapper until you break it down like, okay, how did Batman get known in Gotham City? How did he get that buzz? Every night he hit the streets and hit people in the mouth day in and day out until his name started to ring out. That's kind of how the underground rapper has to do this. Then you can definitely work on your wordplay, man, and it is exactly what it sounds like. You're playing with your words, and there's a ton of different ways to go about it. It's all based on your creativity. Like, I'll give you a brief example, man. There was a rapper that I came across a while ago. He said, if you try me, I'll be slapping on your bitch ass. And later on tonight, I'll be slapping on your bitch ass. Notice he used the same phrase multiple times. Each time it meant something different. But yet you can take it to a whole nother level. And then finally, you need to work on your vocabulary, man, because writers are only as good as the types of words that they have, man. So do what Eminem did, study the dictionary, or you can just go about it your own way. But in the end, you definitely need more words. But as you do these lyrics, man, you have to definitely focus on your delivery. Now, this can come relatively faster because it's all based on practice, man. Because a lot of times as you're rapping, you just don't sound enthused with it. You sound like you're reading a lot of the times and such, man. So delivery is pretty much knowing what you're trying to say, knowing exactly how to present present that to the people, man, and putting some flair on top of it, man. Sometimes you got to slow certain words that you normally wouldn't. Why not? And as you become better with the delivery, man, your flow is going to continue to evolve. Like right now, your flow isn't all bad, but yet the better your delivery, the better your flow will go because they work hand in hand. Now, the last thing I want to touch on is your production, and you don't choose terrible beats by a long shot. Definitely could get better beats, but ultimately, it's not that big of a deal here. But there are certain things that you're doing that can fuck you up in the long run, you did? Like using these commonly used samples. Off of those tracks, The Legal Way, Girlfriend, Picture Me, joints like that, man, you're using samples that everybody has used before, and there was a time where everybody could just get away with that. But not no more. Like through a legal loophole, man, people who have sampled some stuff back in the day and they didn't even sell any of that music, they're getting sued for it today after they accumulated the money. Some famous names like Mac Miller got sued for like over $100,000 and settled for it out of court. And then you got Kendrick Lamar, who's just now getting sued for the same thing. And my thing is, with so many dope producers out there right now, it makes no sense to sacrifice your future to sample this stuff that everybody else is sampling that comes off as instrumentals, you feel me? So I definitely wanted to play something that I think would fit your style from this one producer right here. Now, if you like this guy's stuff, man, definitely send me a message. We can work something out, man. I'll actually go through my entire playlist to find the right producers for you. Got another joint right here for you. Your project wasn't terrible, you just still got to work on your bare basics, man. And I definitely recommend everybody out there to go ahead and listen to this and give him your own criticism. I hope you enjoyed the show. You can follow me at Twitter up there, and you can go to downloadpaz.com, that's down there, to read today's article.